ozone machines are typical of the odor-free machines, the deodorizing machines that are sold. The manufacturers that make these types of machines typically rate the output of their machines in square feet. Now folks, a square footage rating for an ozone machine is literally meaningless. And the reason that square footage ratings are meaningless is the only way to determine the real output of the ozone machine is by weighing the molecular weight of the ozone. Any chemist will tell you that. And so when they try and give these a square footage rating, it's to try and steer you away from doing a real milligram per hour output comparison of these machines with real, true high ozone shock therapy machines. Now we have climbed in price range from the last two machines, which were in the $300 to $400 price range. These two machines retailed originally for about $650 in the mid-90s. It's a fairly expensive ozone machine. Now this machine that you'll see also has the stereotypical tiny little, smaller than a computer fan, and it has the transformer that will transform the electricity from low voltage to high voltage. And that electricity, that high voltage electricity, goes from the transformer to this fancy little thing. This thing holds this, which is a piece of borosilicate glass. This is a different type of dielectric medium, and on each side there's a piece of stainless steel mesh that's been glued down with silicone. So when this thing was inserted, it would put tension on the plate on either side, and from each one of these tabs, a tension fitting would put the electricity onto the stainless steel mesh. And the reason they did that was to increase the life of it over our first ozone machine, which twisted the wire in. And remember, I told you that eventually the wire corrodes and causes the burn through of the dielectric. So to stop that burn through, they just have a tension fitting and stainless steel tabs putting the electricity in. And stainless steel, of course, will never oxidize or rust. But again, this is a relatively low output machine. This also does have an ion generator, and this little thing that looks like an antenna is for generating radio frequency ions. Those are kind of nice. They go up into the air and they attach to particles, and because the Earth has the opposite charge, it draws it down. But in terms of ozone, this is a 500 milligram per hour plate. Really, again, Uncle Frank's cigar is about the limit of this machine. This machine was a little bit more powerful model of a similar design, and this machine is called the Breeze. And when you see the little fan in here, you'll wonder why they named it the Breeze, because it doesn't have very much power. This has a similar design, but it does have a little bit bigger fan than typical. I'll show you that fan. This fan, you'll see all the gunk on it. It has seen better days. This is a decent volume, at one time little computer style fan that didn't have sealed ball bearings and eventually went bad. It's hitting the housing. Now it won't work. But when you flip this around, you'll see it's very similar to this machine in that it has a radio frequency ion antenna, much smaller, so it'll make less ions. And this uses a similar tab style arrangement to get the power from this transformer to these two plates. This holds not one but two plates, and this is a more expensive version of the borosilicate glass plate. This is a thicker piece of ceramic, still relatively razor thin, but thicker than either the mica plate or the borosilicate glass. And this machine used to hold two plates. One would go here and one would go here, and each one of those makes around 1,000 milligrams per hour. So this thing would make about 2,000 milligrams per hour of ozone, which is about as powerful, just a little less powerful than our Mini, which we call our room-by-room deodorizer. But again, this is a very heavy, unwieldy particle board case. You can see as it got older, when a little bit of moisture, the particle board started to delaminate, and because they didn't use a sealed ball bearing fan, that fan actually went bad. And again, for $600, you're not going to ever get to high enough levels to do shock treatments. So this is our original first dinosaur prototype, and this is our modern 2X. You can see how much smaller it is, which makes it much easier to use. Inside all of our Pro series of ozone generator cells is our ozone tunnel. We have a patent pending on this tunnel, and inside the tunnel we segregate our plates. And this machine has two 7,000 volt transformers, which generates about 7,000 milligrams of ozone per. And inside we have our generator cell array. We're using again the thick paddle type ceramic generator cell with the printed circuitry on the front and the back. And if one of these generator cells would ever break or go bad, it can be simply removed like unplugging a lamp and then pushing it right back in, dropping it right back down into the tunnel, running in 4 simple screws, and away we go. Ready for making raw ozone output. This is the most advanced ozone generator concept design in the world. Because we're putting a 1.5 horsepower blower, we're actually able to force that ozone and shooting it directly out of the box, because right on the other side of this is the egress from the machine. And this concentrates the airflow over the cells themselves. We have none of our transformers or any of that other garbage in the middle hogging the airflow from either our fan in our home units or the blower in our Pro units. We're going to show you what's inside, how this box looks once it's completely assembled, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Now, we have designed this into the world's most durable toolbox. We've loaded this with over 900 pounds without breaking, dropped it from a 10-foot ladder onto bare concrete, yanked it off of a moving vehicle by its cord, and all sorts of other real-world type situations. When you open the hood and take a look under the hood, you can see we've reinforced the corners with a structural fireproof foam. We have not only a regular 10 amp fuse like most ozone machines, we also have included a thermal fuse, so that if this machine ever gets over 180 degrees, just like a hairdryer, it'll shut off. And in this machine we have not 1, not 2, but 3 or 4 7,000 volt generator cells, and this one has an 8 paddle assembly, making this one of the most powerful professional rugged ozone generators in the world. We've also designed it to fit directly onto our generator stand, which will let you put this thing up to 8 feet in the air. And since ozone is heavier than air, that's an added benefit to you in real life use. If you're looking to buy a real powerful ozone machine with high power, ruggedness, durability, and the ease of being able to be repaired by yourself if a cell would ever burn out or go bad, the Bio3Blaster ozone machine line is the best ozone machine line in the world for contractors or homeowners alike. Don't take my word for it. Buy one for yourself today. Put it through its paces. Try it out. If it's not everything I said it was, I'll give you your money back 100%. No questions asked. It comes with our bumper-to-bumper 1-year warranty. Push, pull, drag it in, drop it in battery acid, or run it over with your pickup truck. If you send it back to me, I'll send you a functional working unit. And that, for contractors, is able to be extended for a nominal fee per year. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your business. Buy one today.